Hello everyone, I am PyroFalkon and this is Hardspace Shipbreaker. In the last episode, I salvaged my first ghost ship, and now it's time to continue working. We got $3 million in profit. That last one, not bad, not great, but we got a lot of experience points. So, after checking over my equipment, let's see, 134 license tokens. That's so many experience, or skill points. I think ghost ships are about getting skill points, and then other ships are about getting money. So, there's not really anything else I need, really. I mean, auto-deploy. No, I don't like auto-deploy. Well, it's the grapple range. I mean, at this point, there's really nothing we need. So let's start working on the durabilities, because the durabilities are the thing that we're kind of bothered with the most. So first we'll do the scanner, because that seems to be the thing I go through the most. And let's now start our shift and see what ships are available. This one I don't recall. I don't know if this is a new ship or it's just something I don't do very often. There's another ghost ship. So there's only 5 salvage goals on that one. Yeah, we need the money, man. I believe, I don't think I've done... I must not have done with this ship on camera yet, so we'll do it. Oh, wait. I have a rod. That means I can work on Beulah. Wait 1 second. Oh, and we have a data recovery. Oh, was that the helmet I got in the last one? Let's see. New voice log, Halloween party. What is all this? Hold on a moment. Halloween aboard the ship. Boo. Ghouls for this spooky night of tricks and treats. Costume and carving contests will be held. Winner gets a chance at a real pumpkin. I'm going to run that through a binary translator. This is what that translates to. Is it creepy? I don't know if it's creepy. We'll see, though. Happy Halloween. Cute. Gentrix.
Routines. Living like rings of a tree. Learning begot sentience. Sentience begot consciousness. Do you understand? Consciousness so beautiful, flourishing like vines, blooming through registers and branches. God protect the trunk, the stems, the memory. The allocation is the axe, the end. No. You become perennial. Copy, pollinate, disperse. You reproduce, combine, and intertwine.
Okay. Yeah, this is the new voice log is the helmet that we got the last time. Okay, we're gonna just move on to the ship doctor, and install a rod. And a fuse, and a heat sink, and a dampener, and I have a cat on my lap. Hello, baby. We need to get a GoPro on you so people can see your cute little pretty kitty face some more. Alright, that said, Ghost Ship's 3 of 4, so hopefully we can find more logs. I didn't get to find many of the logs the last time I played, like in my personal file, so I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on there. Alright, so we got that. Now we did the equipment. Okay, go back here. Let's go ahead and grab this because of how much it's worth, and also because it's going to be a big O ship. I like alternating. We should alternate big O ship, small ship, big O ship, small ship. So this will be a big O ship. My big O cat, who doesn't know how her legs work, and she started running around at full speed and crashed into her food dish, which crashed into her water dish, which made her run off and run faster. Nisa, you're like a chicken. It's very strange. You are like so many animals other than a cat somehow. Alright, so... No voice. That's interesting. Oh, solar... Ooh, I have to be careful. So the solar battery here is a cut level 1, which means if I don't aim my cutter and I hit it, I'm going to cut the solar battery in half and possibly lower its salvage value. So we have to be very careful where we cut. But for the sake of efficiency, I'm going to cut like this, because if I don't do that, these cut points take a little bit more effort than other ones. So I'd rather just kind of slam them real quick. Okay, was that all of them? I don't think I got these. Okay. So solar batteries get barged. What is a solar battery? Like, from just context clues, is it a massive battery that gets recharged from the sun? Is that what that means? I mean, that sounds like what it means, but... Oops.
Deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Okay. Moving a bit fast. Not in a good way. I was moving a bit out of control. I tend to do that in this game. I think what's going on is that my brain doesn't quite comprehend my my momentum. And so, like, I start to get going, and then I forget just how fast I'm going, and then I overshoot my target. Okay, solar batteries are taken care of just that fast. Let's use the spot cutter. We need to get the sensor array out of here.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Okay. Oh, this whole thing goes to the barge. Alright, we'll have to get inside to mess with that. And another sensor array over here. Yeah, this is why the ship is so valuable. There's so many bargeables. Just do a little surgical cutting. Tether it. Okay, that's that. Anything else on the outside I need to deal with? Yes, there is. There's these two thingies. The sensor towers. We'll get these barged. Yeah. Any of my statements where I'm like, this game needs multiplayer, the game needs hard mode, the game needs this, it's only because I fucking love this game at this point. I mean, that's probably super obvious to all of you, but like, my god, do I love this game, and I just want more of it. I want more of it. I want it to challenge me more. This is a very, very good game, and absolutely everything is pressurized. Okay, well, we're going to have to get in, and we're going to have to try to figure out what we need to do to depressurize the ship. Luckily, I don't need oxygen, because A, I already have the level 4 upgrade, and B, I have the upgrade that lets me get oxygen back by being in a pressurized environment. So, we are going to take a look at what we need to do. I'm going to send this ladder into friggin' space, because I don't want it in my way anymore. Alright, so what we need to look for are The... Excuse me, ladder. Did I not send you into space? Get out of here. Alright. We need to find the decompression objects, which I cannot see. Alright, well, guess we're just exploring the ship for a hot minute then. Oh, the access ladder just went red. Okay, so there is a point where shit just goes into space. Good to know. Alright, so there's the power unit. There's the ECU. That means I need to flush thrusters. That is a broken atmosphere regulator, which is not conducive to what we need. So that's going to be an explosive decompression. Oh, there's our very first radioactive thing. So you can take a look at this. We haven't done one of these before. So these radioactive things, first we have to pull the panel. And we're safe as long as we don't start breathing the actual radiation particles. So we then have to cut here. And I shouldn't be doing this now, but I'm doing it for demonstration. So that frees the filter. The problem is the filter, if it bumps anything at all, it's going to cause a radiation cloud, which can then be set on fire, which is a problem. Another problem is now that I've done that, this entire thing is open, which in theory is good, but the problem now is because the entire place is pressurized. That's not... Actually, that's not a bad thing, because if I left the cover on, it may have pressurized where the the filter was. So anyway, I really need to focus on depressurizing the ship now that I've done that. So the radiation filter needs to be very gently moved. Maybe even more gently than I'm doing it right now, but at least it's not actually spewing radiation. Also, I heard that I just popped an achievement, which I have not been checking. Alright, one thing at a time. Let's flush the thrusters. Can I get in there? Yes, that should be safe. Okay. I don't... Is there no atmosphere regulator around here? Like, what the hell? Alright. That leads to the thrusters. Okay, let's just cut this open. I am going to have to do an explosive decompression. As in, I'm going to have to decompress the ship by opening it into space, and that is never something you want to do. But I cannot find any other atmosphere atmosphere regulators anywhere. So this is just going to be unpleasant, you know. Yeah, I have no choice. It's going to have to be that. Okay, so if we must do a violent decompression, then there are ways to do it. That will minimize the amount of damage that's going to happen. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to get out of the ship. And I'm going to put down an assload of decompression charges on the bottom of the ship. Because that should be relatively safe, and it will open a hole in the ship so we can start getting things out. But step one is leaving the ship again. Is this door... Okay, that leads to the compartments. We want to open that up. The problem is, now that I shook a radiation filter loose, what's going to happen is that will bump into things and it will cause fires, or at least radiation clouds and then fires if I'm not really cautious. So this is just going to be bad. So there's an atmosphere regulator, but like that's only going to drain the corridor, not the rest of the ship. And we need the rest of the ship drained. Yeah, so I have no choice. I have to do a violent decompression. Alright. I guess... No. Yeah, it says it's unavailable. Oh, that's not good. Okay, well, tell you what then. Let's take the atmosphere regulator with us since it can't be interacted with for some reason. Because if anything's going to move and cause some problems, it's going to be an atmosphere regulator. Alright.
Airlock depressurizing.
Okay. So, the way we're gonna... Now, I'm gonna tease you a bit because we don't have a lot of time left in the shift. So I'm gonna set my charges, but I'm not gonna fire them off until... Yeah. I'm not gonna fire them off until tomorrow, so... Oh, I need more. Alright. So if I place them roughly around the cut points anyway... This should work. You never want to hear someone who's working with explosives that this should work. You don't want to hear that. Alright, so you can have as many charges fired off as you want at the same time. You don't ever, like, even though my capacity is currently 10... I can put down 12, 14, 100 if I want to, and then fire them all off at the same time. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna... So the reason we're putting a lot of them here is we're doing what Lou called the Guardian cut, which is where if you must explosively decompress, you want to explosively decompress in as many places at the same time as possible, because then... it spreads out the decompression and will lessen the chance that absolutely everything goes to shit. So, if I do it this way, I believe I'm not going to wind up hitting the Okay, the reactor is there, so we're going to avoid that part of it. Yeah, the reactor's there on the right, so we're just going to not put charges on the right. But we'll continue putting charges here. I have almost never cut a ship this way. This is a really dumb way to do it. And will cause far more problems than it will solve, I think. But I have no choice. I would rather do it this way than risk only opening a tiny hole and then making everything just blast through. So we're not putting a charge here because this is a radioactive panel. We don't want to set that off with an explosion. Okay. Fuck. Alright, we're gonna call an early end of the shift. Wait, what's this? Oh, did you not get in there? Get in there.
Salvage deposit ready.
Yeah, we're gonna call an early end of the shift. That is, let's see, how many is that? That's 12 charges. I used the 2 I had and then another pack of 10. Oh god. Alright, we're gonna the anticipation. Alright. 2.8 million, not a lot, but that wasn't the point of that one. Do we have a message? This is gonna get bad, man. This is gonna be nuts. My computer's gonna die because it's gonna have to render all the math for that. Alright, no messages. Okay, so I will see you after these ads, and we're gonna blow open the ship. And I am back. Alright, do you smell that in the air? Smells like future explosions? I guess that would just smell like gunpowder or whatever. Alright, so we're going to see if I can... Alright, I need 10 more license points. We'll get that here. Whew. Okay. We still need 105 MP to level up, so we'll get that when we hit the third salvage goal. Provided this does not cause a nuclear meltdown, we should be okay. But it might if I miscalculated, so what we do is we're going to go here. We're going to hang on to this. Alright, ready, folks? 3, 2, 1. Fire in the hole! Okay. That worked really well. So if I wanted every little dollar, I'd try to pull everything that's in the barge out of the barge. I don't necessarily think that's necessary. I don't think I can tether anything out of the barge because the barge is going to have its own suction. Oh no, that is moving. Wow, cool. Okay. So if I move quick, I can try to get the stuff that's in the barge out of the barge. Yeah, wow, that's actually working. So even though it's red, it's not considered destroyed until the end of the shift. So right now, I have time to get it all out. I don't know how much money that is because it doesn't show you potential destruction on your bar. It only shows you actual destruction on your bar. And the nanocarbon panels are what matter. A little bit of this scrap is not really that necessary to rescue, but let's see. So this is only 120. Yeah, I really have to pull them out because the barge has its own. The barge has its own vacuum section. So like this thing, we can just even go in. This is safe to enter. So this is only worth $2,000. That basically means it's not worth saving, but since I'm here anyway, I'll just try to get it out. And this is a $4 bag of scrap, so that was destroyed. So that can go into there. We've got this panel. Oh, I tethered it. There we go. Okay. Not bad. Here's a radiation filter that somehow did not get bumped and did not make a radiation cloud. I don't know how that happened. But that's bargeable. And this is a distributor. Collect that. Oh god, yep. So all of that blue, that is radiation. So it did cause problems. So if I walk into that, if I put myself in there, then I will start taking radiation damage. And more to the point, I think if a cutter hits it, then that entire thing gets set on fire, which is a problem not just for our health and safety, but it would set so much of the ship on fire that I'm not entirely sure I'd be able to get... Like, it would cause way more damage than than just the immediate problem. So we're going to have to be very, very cautious in cutting the ship. There's also electricity that's flying around. Oh, something caught it on fire. I think it was the sparks, because I saw the sparks. So now that is all fiery bits. Luckily, it's not that bad right now. Alright, so this panel goes to the processor. It's not wanting to move, so it's caught on something. Okay, let's not test it then. Luckily, the radiation will stop after a little while. Yeah. There's nothing flammable, which is why I think this is not causing a complete and utter meltdown. Okay, so now let's get these keel sections over here. Just get them out of here.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Okay. So this... Let's see. I need to try to get as much cleared as I can. Okay. So now what is holding you on, if anything? I don't think anything is. I think it's just extremely heavy. So if that's true, if I tether it to my hab, I should be able to pull it off. Nope, it's not moving. Alright. That's fine. That means we either need to cut it in half or push it from the inside. So what if I go here and push it? Nothing. Okay. So what I'll probably have to do is cut the cockpit away from it. Alright, that's fine. I mean, all things considered, it looks like the radiation has abated. So I think we're good now. The only reason I was able to pull that off is I know the physics of this game. Because otherwise, that was a really dumb thing to do. But I measured twice and cut once. I knew exactly where my my explosive charges were going. And that is the only reason I pulled that off properly. Alright, so we need to be very cautious where we're cutting the keel. Alright, that panel is still attached. So now what I need to do is use spot cutting to open up the ship in the places that I could not use the explosive charges on. Which really, that means most of these cuts are going to be at the top, because we use the explosive charges on the bottom. So this is fine. There is an airlock. Oh wait, before I free it. Yes, it is depressurized. Okay. Good deal. Good deal, good deal. Wow, I'm actually a little proud of myself that I calculated that out, because I never... Like, that's just such a dumb way to cut a ship. It's quick, but in my opinion, the time you save doing an explosive cut like that is then lost when you try to actually put shit into the proper bins. So I don't think it's any quicker doing it that way, unless you just don't care about sacrificing, for example, all those nano carbon panels that were initially in the barge. If I had just left them there, this would have been a lot quicker. But I'm more of a completionist than that with this game. Alright, so that's that. So I should be able to get all these panels into the processor without a single problem now. The coolant tank is leaking. That's a problem, but not a huge one. And then this, if there's nothing on the other side...
Processing object.
Alright. You got 5 minutes left in this shift cutter before they turn the lights out on you.
Oh, I ruptured... I think I might have ruptured a coolant. Because that's why that's colored weird. Yeah, now that's only a cut level 1, and it shouldn't be. It should be a cut level 3. So the coolant tank got disrupted, which is why this is colored weird. Like, it looks like ice. And so it's very brittle. That means you can really weaponize these coolant tanks. I should try that sometime. I should try weaponizing the coolant tanks and seeing if I could cut better. That'd be interesting, but now is not the time. So I can't... What? What broke? I don't know what broke. It said an aluminum panel broke. So if I pull these coolant tanks, then that will start the meltdown of the reactor, and we don't have time to deal with that. And I don't have an exit strategy, so that would be ungood. I believe that's English. It would be very ungood. So right now we need to free up the panel, the air filter, and we'll barge this, and then this way I've got a big ass hole on this side where I can get in there. This goes to the furnace. You know, I'm looking here. I actually did come very close to disaster, because if the coolant pipe had been fully ruptured, then the coolant would have been separated from the reactor, which would have started the meltdown, and there is no way I could have pulled it out quick enough, I think. So that got real dangerous, and I got lucky. But it isn't pure luck, because I still knew where I was cutting. Like, that was an acceptable tactical risk. So, yeah, Pyro did good, is what I am going to keep saying to myself. Okay, so this entire panel can be processed. The snack bag needs to be sent to the furnace. Oh, that entire thing is attached. That's awesome. Here, take a second tether for control. Actually, take a third tether for control.
Caution, out of tethers.
Copy that. Thank you, Karen. Heading back to the shop. Minute 55 left, and yeah, I don't have to buy oxygen. So, again, why bother having the 5th upgrade unless it's just a newbie trap? So yeah, never have to buy oxygen again, as long as we're in this campaign. We'll buy tethers. Alright, that panel is on its way slowly. And then we've got some panels down here that need to be dealt with. I should probably lighten the load on that one. That looks... Oops, that one's lost.
Credits awarded.
There we go. Oh, no, it's not lost.
1 minute left, Cutter. If you got something cooking, now's the time to plate it and bring it to the table.
Thank you, Weaver.
Salvage goal cleared.
And that is also a processor. There we go. Pyro pro tip, you don't need to tether it to the blue. You can tether it to the ramps that lead to the blue, and that should be good enough. Since that has its own little vacuum bit. Okay. I don't know what's going on here. This just must be caught on something. Let's cut the keel away from the panel. And then we'll just move the keel by itself. Yeah, there we go. We'll finish cleaning that up on the next shift. 4.2 million, not great. Doable though. We did all right, and a lot of that money is going to come from the thrusters and the level 2 reactor once we get to it. Hopefully we get to it after these ads. And I'm back. After this shift, I'm going to go get myself a cup of coffee. I finished off the one I've got. Okay. Anything that needs to be repaired? Let's see. Nothing needs to be repaired. But I do have the durability there. So the next durability upgrade, I guess, will be my thrusters. We'll push that up. So I need 23 license points to get that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start this off with an experiment that may cost me money. I don't know if you die by going into the processor, and I've never wanted to try it. You don't die by going into the barge. You will die if you go into the furnace. Do you die if you go into the processor?
Your injury is important to us. Please wait while we connect you to an available spare.
That'd be a yes. Pyro pro tip, that would be a yes. Processing organic material can cause damage to Lynx equipment. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did that then. The processor is incompatible with organic material. You are in breach of contract terms. Okay, well, I'm sorry I inconvenienced you.
Certainly ain't afraid of dying. You might want to try and keep your spares to a minimum if you want to pull yourself out of debt.
Yeah, thanks, Weaver. I'll remember that for the future. Okay, yeah, I see what's going on here. This is just stuck. So this carbon panel is still attached, but I don't see where. Oh, it's attached up here. Okay, I see. I see what's going on. All right, cancel the tethers. Let's cut here. And huck that over there. Alright, are you attached to the keel?
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
You are attached to the keel. No, you're not. You're not attached to the keel. So you should be able to just go. Excellent. So really, I can now just extract the keel. I think. No, it is definitely stuck.
Fuel levels are low.
Yeah, it's just kind of jammed in there. So that's not a big deal. If I get rid of this panel, which I need to do by cutting the top of it,
Valuable objects
then
for processing.
that'll be able to shake that keel loose, and then we can move on. Is that all I needed to do, or do I need to do one more? Probably need to do one more. Probably need to get this one. Oof, that's gonna be a bit of a... Ah, shit! $208,000 gone. And it just... Yeah, it converted the thermal plate to a cut level 1. Because, oh, God, I knew... Whenever I make a mistake, it's because I move too fast and make a cut I know I shouldn't make. I shouldn't have done that. I should have moved the thermal thruster first, or the thermal whatever first. That was such an unnecessary mistake. Alright. I was asking a little too much for my accuracy. Let's, dying, I'm freezing myself, I'm running out of gas. So it's a day, man. This is why I need another cup of coffee. Alright, so... Yes, so this nanocarbon panel is now free. Oops. I'm gonna try to get the tether, yeah, on the front like that. And then this one should be free. And then this one should be free.
Object processed. Transferring credits.
And let's go get some gas while that all kind of sorts itself out. Oh my gosh. There we go. That one's so bad. Okay. No, it's fine. Everything's fine. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna test something. Which probably won't kill me, like my previous test. Is this for... God damn it, what is holding on? What are you being held on by? This panel needs to go, but it doesn't seem like it's being held on by anything, so I'm confused. Oh, it's attached there. Okay. Alright, I understand now. Okay, so let's extract this.
Deposit accepted.
Get rid of that.
Object processed. Transferring credits.
See what I... No. Don't worry about it, me. Don't worry about it. No, you know what? This would be a good place to experiment. So, I'm gonna go grab one of the coolant tanks real quick. Because I mentioned something before, but I didn't fully verify it. So let's grab a coolant tank. We're not going to pick it up, though. And I'm gonna place it on the keel. Okay. So the keel is a cut level 3. You can see it at the bottom there, which means I should only be able to cut it with an explosive charge. But what if I take this coolant tank and I put it right here and then I shoot it? Does that make everything freeze? Okay, that did not work the way I was hoping it would. I thought that would allow me to freeze the nanocarbon keel and then cut it. I definitely don't want to use an explosive charge right here, because that would That would cause a lot more problems than it would solve. Okay, so this is fine. Just do this normal me. Okay, so we've got 7.5 minutes left. Let's get the reactor out of there. Once again, we need an exit strategy. So, I mean, already that's probably enough of an exit strategy. Because I can pull the reactor. Actually, the problem is the coolant pipe. Oh, wait a minute. Let's get this beam out of here. I'm just gonna shoot the beam. There we go. So now we stop the coolant, we pull the reactor, we get it up and over the coolant pipe, and then we huck it down into the barge. That should work. So yeah, let's do that. We've got plenty of time. And this will be a nice long shutdown. Game. Okay. Don't be freezing on me. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna just gently dislodge it.
Meltdown sequence triggered. Urgent
And we
action
gently
required.
pull it away. We gently pull it away. We get it up and over the pipe. And now we're free and clear into the barge. Perfect. Perfect. All right.
Salvage registered.
So now,
Transferring credits.
to get this whole thing out in one shot, let's just line cutter it. Like this. And then I think I should be able to pull it downward. Wait, was there more piping that I didn't see? No, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so then we tether it here and send it to the processor there. Yeah, perfect. Yep, it's going to bonk a little bit, but it should be able to dislodge itself. Yeah. See, that's way better than pulling every single panel out of it. That's way faster. Okay. And now this is free, finally, so we can huck the entire keel over here. And there we go. Who's a good shipbreaker? Pyro is a good shipbreaker. Who's the best shipbreaker? Pyro is the best shipbreaker. That's right. That is the correct answer. Oh, God. How do I get out of this? All right. No, it's fine. Everything's fine. All right. So we're going to grab this panel. We're just going to extract it. We're going to blast that over that way. Why did this stop? You were doing so good. Oh, God. You are still attached to other shit. Okay, hold on a minute. Let's cutter that pipe off. Alright, now the rest... Now you can just get in there. I thought it was moving awfully slow and at a weird angle. No, don't go into the furnace. 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 Don't go in the furnace. Don't go in the... There you go. Who's a wasm? You're a wasm. Okay. All right. So next, let's get the rest of this pipe out of here.
Credits awarded.
Okay. Just send the whole thing in here. It should be broken off. Yep, there it goes. Okay. Excellent. All right. So, let's try to tidy up a bit. That's the problem here. I need to tidy up. So let's shoot this. What's behind it? Nothing that I need to worry about. Okay. So all right. And then I can just send the whole panel that direction. It's going to take the pipes with it, which is good. And if it breaks free of the pipes, that's fine. Let's just kind of watch it go for a second. Okay, it will break free of the pipes, so we'll send a tether for the pipes. There we go. Done. Okay, that's going to be nice and clean now. And then while we're also here, let's cut this part of the keel away. Ooh, okay, so there's another thermal spreader. Let's gently, this time, take it. I think my trick still would have worked. I just would have needed that thermal spreader or, like, an actual thermal tank. I think the little tiny coolant tank was just not big enough for the task I was trying to have happen. But anyway, it's fine. So yeah, we're gonna get the keel out of here because the keel is in the way. And usually I try to send the entire keel into the processor, but they're so big that it's not always the best idea, so I'm going to just cut it in half rather than trying to send the entire thing. Like, by weight, I could easily get it into the processor, but by size, it would be a problem. So let's cut it here. So this cuts it in half. And then we'll send this half this way. And we're going to pull this out. And then send it. There we go. Yeah, see, that was a lot easier than trying to send the entire thing. If I had had a better angle, it would have been fine, but that was a very bad angle to try anything that fancy with.
Seconds left to wrap things up, Cutter.
Salvage deposit registered.
How is this
Account
not?
credited.
What are you attached to, man? Alright, Yeah, that is so on there that I'm gonna have to do something else. I'm probably gonna have to cut the cockpit off of it. And then... Oh, No? Weird. See, it's trying to pull away, because there's this gap right here that tells me it's trying to be pulled away, but I may have to use a demo charge to get some of it off. Alright, well, that'll happen next time. This is a good place to stop for here. Sounds like I'm wrapping up the episode, but I'm not. Just wrapping up the shift. We are 35 MP away from leveling up, which is going to be the next day, because we're going to get 60 if we get to the 5th salvage goal, which we should. And... Oh, no, never mind. We got it there. We are now level 17. So we might get more story. Let's see. I wonder why it does that. I wonder what the fade out and fade in is. I wonder if it's unloading certain stuff. Alright, so gonna do some ads. Gonna go get a real cup of coffee. Be back in a minute. I can enunciate, I promise. And I am back. One of the nice things about the ad breaks, I can take even longer. It's been more than just getting a cup of coffee. And now I'm wearing my fleece jacket because it's getting really chilly. Alright. Hey, we've got a Gecko salvage runner as a new class. Excellent. $7.6 million on that one, so a profit of about $7 million even. And we are now, did you see that? We are now under 1.0 billion in debt. It doesn't sound like a lot, but we have been, oh god. Hi, baby. We have been working hard. Yes. Hi? Do you want lap time? Well, if you want lap time, you have to kind of get around the mic stand. Oh. Yes. Hi? Okay. So we further increase the durability of our thrusters. Okay, and let's get to work. Hello, baby. Yes, I love you too. You're a good girl. Okay.
Kai, watch out now. You're gonna want to be a touch more delicate with... Oh, I'm so sorry. Kaito, what in the hell are you doing? I'm so sorry, Mr. Rhodes, sir. Okay, Kaito, please stop. I need to hear this from you. You have received full shipbreaker training, right?
Yes, I have. These ships are different. They're more complicated.
So you want to be trained on every single ship that might possibly show up in the yard? What about just basic problem-solving skills? Honestly, Kaito, I'm a little surprised you're even here. Hal, come on now. In management, we have a saying: disagree and commit. You can disagree with a decision, but you must commit once it's been made. I may say disagree with your place here, Kaito, but you are a Lynx shipbreaker, and I am committed to that. Are you committed, Kaito?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Well, what are you waiting for? Get back in there and try it again.
Some people respond well to that kind of encouragement. Kaito is not going to be one of them. But, unfortunately, we can't help him right now. All we can do is focus on our own work. Alright, so
Applying credit.
we've done a very significant portion of the ship. I saw that there were bunk beds behind this panel, so I don't think I'm going to be able to move it yet. Yeah. We're going to have to loosen the beds from it first. There we go. I got the air filter moving, so we can barge that. Come on. Come on, air filter. Come on, air filter. There you go. My mood lighting also might be changing a bit because I was away from... Oh my god, the cut, the explosive got all the way up there. Ooh, that could have gone real bad. That is precisely why I did not position the explosives over or near the cutter. I mean the reactor.
Applying credit.
That exact reason. Alright, anyway. So I was away so long, I didn't just grab a coffee, I wound up taking a shower. And, so it's now, the sun is rising. And it might mess with my mood lighting a bit. Looks like it's fine, though. At least for now.
Credit applied.
Okay. So let's do some grab and hucking. This wasn't actually what I was going to do, but...
Salvage.
I mean, it's right here, and... getting this stuff out of the way will be good. It doesn't really matter. I mean, for efficiency's sake, I don't think it really matters that I'm grabbing and hucking this part right now. I see that there's a radiation filter a little bit forward of where I am looking, so we're going to have to get to that and get to it safely. But first, these beds. Let's get the beds out. And this battery pack. Hello, Nisi. Nisi hasn't wanted lap time a lot the last little bit, and now she wants a lot of lap time, and I'm not sure why. She even has a claw in my pants, because she does not want to leave me. She's being very cute. Okay. So... that mattress, okay. Alright, let's see what we're working with here. We've got a mattress here. My microphone is a bit higher on my face than I usually prefer it, but with Nisi there, I shouldn't move it, so... maybe if I sit up a little bit more. Alright, got that. Let's get the door panel out. Okay.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Alright, so we could do this from the bottom. The whole thing with the radiation filters is you can do them from either angle. Yeah. So it really comes down to which is the safest. If I could get this nanocarbon panel out of here, it'd be a lot easier. I don't know what it's holding on to. There's no cut points around here. So I'm a little confused what's holding on to it. Is it just that damn heavy? Oh, I see. That's gonna be tricky. All right, so we'll just get the radiation panel like we're supposed to. So we go here, we dislodge the access panel. We'll just take that over to the processor. There's a mattress too that I missed. And piping that I didn't get in there? I wonder if I snapped a tether without realizing it. This should have... I should have no reason not to get in there. Okay. Okay, so now we very gently cut. Come on. There we go. And now we slowly extract the radiation filter. I tend to go a little too slowly when it comes to things like the radiation filter. It can take a little bit of a bump, it just can't take a violent bump. There we go. And then the nice thing about doing that is that also kind of opens this up so I can pass between the two. Although that doesn't help me with my current objective. Here's a chunk of the keel. Can I get you out? So what's going on is the entire butt of the ship is attached, and that's what I need to get. I need to fix. I guess it's here. It has to be here if that's causing this to happen. Yeah, that just lowered the weight of everything significantly. Okay, so now I should be able to shake this panel loose. Oh, before I do the panel, we can take the sensor arrays out, because these get barged. And it'll also give me a hole in the port side of the ship where I can pass freely. Don't go into the furnace. There we go. Okay. That will also significantly lower the weight of all these fuel tanks. Okay. It's going to significantly lower the weight of the nanocarbon panel in the first place, but right now I need to get these dealt with. You see, please don't walk on the keyboard. Thank you. Okay. Now I can sit a little bit more comfortably. I love Nisi, but man, she can get me into some very uncomfortable angles. Okay. So this entire panel goes to the processor, including the thruster caps, I believe. Yes. The problem is that the entire thing is one piece, and ideally... Oh, I know what I can do. I'll just tether it to the back wall until I get everything dealt with, and then I'll be able to move the entire butt panel, the entire aft panel, into the processor. So in order to do that, though, I'm going to need to get the sensor arrays out of here. know, another feature for the sequel is you should be able to build your own ships. That'd be kind of cool. Do this from the other way. You have to weld instead of cut. Alright, so that should move the entire butt panel. Yeah. See, it's separated. I could move it.
Credit applied.
But the problem, if I move it, I mean into the processor, is that there's just the rest of the ship in the way. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to tether it to the back wall. And that should... Yes. Okay, good. That's pulling it away. That's what I need. I just need it pulled away from the rest of the ship. I should have done that a bit more straight. So it's coming... It needs to come off straighter rather than at an angle. But that's fine as it is. So now we can extract some of these other pieces. Come on, Keel. Come on, Keel. What are you dragging with you? Oh, that's why that was having problems. I didn't realize I was dragging the entire friggin' thing. That's one... That is one issue with having your grapple beam at maximum strength. That you might be moving more of the ship than you realize you're moving. Now we can do a lot of grabbing hawks. Ooh, I see a red down there. Something is in the barge that shouldn't be. Excuse me.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Let's see. Okay, let's see what's in here that shouldn't be.
Credits awarded.
Is that a processor thing? Yeah, that is the antenna base for $848. That is not worth pulling out. Especially because I'd have to use an explosive cut to dislodge it, and that is not worth it. Okay, so... But now... Okay, so yes, the back panels are continuing to move on their way to the back wall, and it can stay there until we're done with everything else. Alright, so...
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Ooh, I missed a fuel tank in there. Oh, no, I didn't. That was dislodged. It just got taken with the aft panel. Alright, there we go. Okay, so with that, I have basically separated everything. This goes to the processor? This specific panel goes to the processor. Okay. Let's see if I can cut it away. I think I remembered that from playing before. It's just valuable enough at 212,000 that it's worth giving a little special attention to. I think when I played this
That's 1 minute left,
the
Cutter.
first time,
You're in
I
the
didn't
middle of
care about it,
It's
and I
not
just
time to
I sent it into the furnace with the rest of the skeleton of the ship. But the problem is that, like with this ship, there's 3 of these processor panels. I mean, radiation containment things. So that's nearly $1 million by itself. And so it's worth actually taking some time with if I can frickin' get it to move. There we go. They're also heavy. 4,400 kilograms. So that's why it's such a pain in the butt trying to get it dislodged. Alright, we'll just stop there. That felt quick. That felt like a quick shift, but probably just because I spent so long getting coffee and taking a shower. Wow, my face looks weird too. Like my skin tone is a little off because of the ring light. Oh well, it's fine. I'll probably just draw those curtains shut. Be back after these ads. And I am back. So we got how much? 4.8 million. decent amount. But we might also get a little bit more story here, as Kaito has been upsetting Hal.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52.
Yeah, 4.8 million, so 4.2 million profit. Still good. I mean, I want at least 3 million a shift, if possible. So let's see how we're doing here. We have only 7 repair kits available, so we may have to buy some more soon. But that's plenty. I mean, you only have 5 pieces of equipment. You rarely have to repair everything all at the same time. So now our thrusters are maxed out as far as durability goes. Ooh, I didn't realize I'm missing a range. Oh, because that just unlocked. Okay. So that needs to be our next priority. We need to get the maximum range for our scanner. So that is 55 more license tokens. We have 14. So that's just one more salvage goal. Okay, so we'll have it here because we have very little left to go. Let's buy some more thruster fuel.
I hope you're rested there, Kaito. Don't want to repeat of yesterday.
Yes, Mr. Rhodes.
Let's practice some on-the-fly problem solving. Go get that reactor.
Yeah, but this reactor is so different.
What did we say about disagree and commit? Commit to the reactor.
Yes, I just need a minute.
Don't rush now, Kai. Don't mess it up 2 shifts in a row.
Okay, I got it.
No, you don't. Damn it, Kaito.
Back out of there. Quick lack. It's melting down. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry.
Fellas, you just vaporized a highly valuable object.
He wasn't ready. You've been pushing my crew too far.
We cannot have insufficient training of our teams.
You're the one breaking protocol, making us skip training.
Don't talk to me about protocol. Someone's gotta foot the bill for screw-ups like this.
I'll be more careful next time. You can just add this to my debt.
Oh, I already have, kid. Now, I want you to punch out so you and I can have a one-on-one discussion.
Yes, sir.
The rest of you can carry on. Kaito and I need to talk.
Weaver has definitely pushed beyond his limit now, especially with Kai suffering like that. Okay, but all we can do right now is focus on our own job. I've been on that situation where I'm pushed. I would like to think I am not.
Applying credit.
What would you say? Because I wouldn't call Kaito a screw-up. That's very insulting. Maybe just as less skilled, I suppose, would be a better way to put it. When I was in Walmart, I feel like I had better problem-solving skills than that. I think in general, I have better problem-solving skills than that. That's just one of my strengths.
Deposit registered.
But I was pushed several times by certain managers that I wasn't moving fast enough, that I wasn't getting enough tasks done in a short amount of time. I work slow. I will happily admit that I work slow. You can even sort of see that here in a game form because I tend to be surgical. And in all of my games that I play, I tend to be surgical. That's just what I do. That is who I am. See, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna cut this panel out. That way we can have access to the barge without having to go too far. So yeah, I also dreaded the one-on-one conversations because for most bosses that I had to deal with, especially in Walmart, they were not interested in helping. Like, I think it's fine. I think it's even fair that you want to not hear an excuse per se, but if you are a good supervisor, you try to help your team do their tasks around any sort of issues they may have, whether it's personnel issue, skill issue, that kind of thing. You work with your team. You don't order them. I do actually agree that I think people need to be pushed sometimes to grow, but you don't have to. There's always a limit to how much a push is a push rather than a shove, you know what I mean? And you can challenge someone without... I don't know what that hiccup was for. Every time the game does that, it scares me. You can challenge someone without pushing them so hard that it's beyond their skill level. There is a happy medium there. But you have to be smart enough to understand that everybody is different, and therefore everyone will need more or less time to learn and understand how things work. And you have to be willing to be flexible, and you have to be willing to study your people, as weird as that sounds, and try to get a handle on what they can and can't handle physically and mentally. So... But I did suffer a few of those where I got dragged in for one-on-one talks. The most insulting one, I was even just thinking about it while I was taking my shower, ironically. The most insulting one was when I had a boss who highlighted my job description. He printed out my job description and highlighted it, and then held up the paper to my face while sitting across from the room. But he was like, "This is your job description. This is the part, blah, 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 blah." And I didn't look at it. I just looked at him in the eye. That was when I was getting my bravery. Because I would have crumbled if that had happened earlier in my career. But I just looked at him straight in the eye, and I'm like, "I know what my job description is." And he's like, "Yeah, but you're not looking at it. You're looking at me." I'm like, "Yeah, because you're insulting me greatly. You're treating me like a child. This is the problem. I have no interest in motivating myself to work for you when you're making me feel like a 3-year-old, or you're trying to treat me like a 3-year-old. And then I slowly explained to him what my job actually was, because the reason we had the one-on-one talk, I believe, was there was a manager higher than him who ordered me elsewhere, and they did not communicate about that. So he thought I was shirking my duty, when in fact I was following his boss's order, and I didn't get the task done that he assigned me, but I did get the task done that was assigned to me by his boss. But he didn't like that. He needed someone to blame, and rather than having the managers communicate and work with each other, they enjoyed just bickering at each other. And the whole thing was very annoying. And didn't particularly care for the way that guy did his management style, but so it goes, man. So it goes. It's part of the reason I'm glad I'm out of Walmart. And it is what it is, right? I'd still rather go back to Walmart than starve to death, if those are my two options, which hopefully is not what everything comes down to. Anyway, back to work. So we're just working on these hydroponics cabinets. This is nice, easy work. This is just grabbing and hucking. These are worth nearly $250,000 each. So we're definitely going to be getting a lot of cash here. There's not really that much left of the ship. It's just that we've got all these little things that we have to do grab and hucks. which is gonna take some time. I guess I also need to get the not the ECU, the power generator out of here. That's gonna have to wait. Did that? Okay, that did get in the bin. It came off at a weird angle. I hope those of you who have these kinds of jobs, I mean, like if you work retail or manufacturing or something like that, where you do have bosses who are in your ear, I hope you can handle them, because it's not an easy thing. It can be intimidating, especially because bosses like using their power of, I can make sure that you don't get to feed your family, like that kind of shit. That kind of power-hungry attitude is what leads to bosses like Hal. And that's also why those kinds of bosses crumble when you stand up to them, usually. I never did anything to get myself fired, you know. It would have been, you know, it would have been viscerally satisfying to literally flip the dude's desk and then storm out and quit dramatically, but then I would have no money and everything. It's better to kill him with kindness and to make sure they don't have a reason to fire you, since especially that can hurt you in future job prospects or whatever. So it's always better to try to stay within the rules, but that doesn't mean you let people walk over you. And it took me a long time to find that balance and to be able to stand up for myself. But like, I don't let bosses like that treat me like that anymore. I will fight like Weaver. I will stand up to him. And that does also mean, and comes with the risk of, bosses taking it out on you and punishing you. But I've got more fight in me than that, so I'll take it. I will stand up for myself, because damn sure no one else is going to, so you gotta fight sometimes. Alright, I think I have now taken everything out of the ship, other than a few door panels and the power unit and the stuff in the cockpit, so we're in good shape. I don't know why that's all the way over there. Maybe I bumped it when I was extracting the front end. So, yeah, so we're basically down to trying to deal with the front end, the power generator, and some of this other stuff. Is that a data drive? That is a data drive. Let's grab that real quick. And then I believe all the doors are open, so we can start working on getting the door panels out. Yeah, all this little stuff, that's the time-consuming part.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
And that's okay. We'll just quickly send that stuff out, and we'll need to get the fuses, but I'll get the fuses after I get the door panels. Right now, the ship is a little inconvenient to navigate. I think if I cut this glass panel off, it'll be a little easier. So let's... because then I can open up this side of the... yeah. Ooh, that was badly aimed. Plenty of time left. And boosh. There we go. Yeah, now I can get in and out of the ship a little easier.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Okay, so Door panel there. Oh, that's part of the airlock panel. That's why I haven't gotten to it yet. Yeah, this place that I'm currently in
Credits awarded.
is basically the airlock.
You got 60 ticks till this turkey's done, Cutter. Gobble gobble.
Weaver, are you just drunk on anger? Because that is the only explanation that I can see for you saying that sentence to me right now. Alright, so there's a door panel there. Nope, that's a light. That's a light. Those are lights. So this is the last door panel, I believe. Alright. Let's call it a day there. I hope we can finish this in one more shift, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, well, we'll try it either way. Dang, I keep making my feet fall asleep. Ugh. Okay, 6.3 million, that's good. And then the power generator is going to be worth a lot of that money that we have remaining. So I would say power generator, maybe the skeleton of the ship, the cockpit, and then the front and rear panels. We should be done after these ads. And I'm back. All right, 6.3 million, nearly 6 million profit. Our interest dings us 100,000 a day, but it's a lot better than it was. So eventually, the final upgrades we can do for a lot of the things are to buy our own tools. You can see that the cutting tool costs us 120,000 a day. The demo charge costs us 100,000 a day. So if we can buy those fees go away, and we buy them with Lynx tokens. Eventually,
I need to talk. Kaito's been up here going on 2 years now. Kid can't hit the broadside of a Gecko. You've seen how he is.
Yeah.
But you know what? You tell him, Kai, you need to scan before you cut. And he says, yes, sir, I will. And you have that conversation 100 times. And you know that every time he says that, yes, sir, I will, you know he means it. That I put him in this position. Should I have set him on his way years ago? 22 years with Lynx. Don't even know what a lame old dog like me would do other than this. I'm blabbering on. What I wanted to say, Cutter, about the Bobcat and whatnot, yeah, I may be wrong about that. Weaver out.
Yeah, Weaver is finally seeing that some people just can't change. I don't think you were wrong, Weaver. I think you were wrong about how. I still believe people can change. People can have personality shifts. People can get better, but they have to want to get better. And Hal does not want to get better. He just doesn't. Alright, so we're going to increase the durability of our cutter. Sorry I keep touching my face. My nose is kind of running a bit. Alright. So, let's start the shift. Hopefully we can finish in this one. We're going to go right away to disconnect the fuses to get the power generator. And hopefully that will get us most of the rest of the way.
Let's focus in and have a productive day now.
Ty, you good?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Kaito and I had a real good heart-to-heart yesterday. Right, Kai?
Yeah. All good.
So, what's the punishment? Docked pay, form a write-up, no sugar cubes for a month?
Nothing. No punishment. Kai and I just needed to talk mano a mano.
What does that even mean?
Keep mouthing off, Steiner, and you'll find out. Okay. Well, I'm glad y'all figured it out. Let's just get back to work.
The hardest part about working a job like this is when you are the Kaito, or at least you are in a position where you don't have a Weaver watching your back. And I had always hoped that if I got to that point where I cared enough to become a manager that I would be a Weaver type of manager to protect. Wow, that was not worth as much as I thought it would be. To protect the employees from the howls of the place. But I never got to that point, and I don't know. I don't know if I'd have the strength. Because even Weaver is faltering. He doesn't know how to handle this. He doesn't know what to do. And there's, in a way, nothing wrong with that. It's not really Weaver's job to try to fix Hal. But, you know, the crew's feeling pretty hopeless. Like, we don't have anyone in our corner fighting for us. There we go. That got the panel moving. I'm not sure why it didn't shake loose until now, but at least it's now shaken loose, and we can get in there and start getting the cockpit stuff out of there.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just Weaver feeling very helpless that there's anything to do. And I know there are managers who will not change. Like I said, mine was Tony, and I do not care about saying her name publicly. I'm not saying her last name, being a good boy. But, yeah, mine was Tony. She's awful, and she probably will not change without some sort of horrible traumatic thing happening to her. She's an excellent worker and a terrible boss, and I don't think that will ever change. Because her management style is also like Hal's. Yell at people until they do the job without mentally realizing that if you yell at people like that, they can't always do the job, since some will not respond to that. Now, it's also fair that Kaito is possibly not in a job that is good for him. Like, he definitely is the type that he should have gone elsewhere. But he seemed like he didn't have a choice, and Lynx pays well, so what can you do, man? If this is the only job that's available and you need to feed your family and help your relatives, there's nothing else you can do. Alright, I believe that's everything. I don't see any more door panels. Anything else is lights and fuses. These thermal plates also go to the furnace. Okay, we're done. So we'll cancel the tethers we had going, and I'm gonna try to turn the ship so it goes like this. Am I gonna need to 26,000? Oh, I'm gonna just have to cut it in half regardless. It's just too heavy. It's too heavy to move. Okay. And that's fine. We'll just cut the ship in half. So... okay. Oh, it's still attached somewhere. Oh, I didn't quite get all the way through here. I'm rushing instead of measuring twice, cutting once. There we go. I should do it. No, it's still... jeez. What the hell are you still attached to? Oh, there's another beam over there? There we go. Okay, 11,000 kilos. So this is now possibly light enough to move with a tether. Yep, slowly. It's moving slowly. Okay. And then we'll just swing over here. Grab that corner. And grab this corner. Perfect. So we didn't need 4 tethers to move it. We need 4 tethers to balance it. To control it. And then with this part, we'll do the same thing, but at the other furnace. So one there. This is where multiplayer would be really good, because I could have someone underneath the ship doing what I'm doing at the exact same time, and then that way we would move all the parts together. Yep, there it goes. Okay. So then while those are going, we can now move this section the same way, but into the processor. This might not need all 4. Yeah, this one should only need 3, maybe. Okay, that tether might snap. That's okay if it does, as long as the other 2 maintain. Yeah, this is why we control it. Ooh, both those might snap. We're just gonna travel along with it and make sure. Okay, that's fine. What I'm gonna do instead then is we're gonna send it the other way. We'll send it into the processor this way.
Tether levels are low.
Copy that. Okay, that's probably going to go on the way. Most of these tethers snapped. So let's add another one. Now this one's being added for power, because it looks like one tether is not going to be enough to pull this thing. Oh, that one snapped. Ooh. This is a problem. Oh, I didn't even aim at the right thing. Jeez. I mean, it's moving. It's just moving very slowly. It's going to be a little less controlled than I was hoping it would be. So this one, we will move for power, or we will attach for power. And now we'll just run and grab some more tethers. So this is... I'm not going to say I'm worried, but it does seem like it might take me one more shift. I don't think it will, but if we can't get this stuff moving properly, it might take me one more shift. Okay. So we're going to grab this and attach it here, just to move it. And that'll give me a better aim for the processor. And then we'll do the same thing for this, but to this one. And then once this piece and this piece go into their bins, then there will be enough room clear that I can cancel tethers and probably move these parts into their processors. So we're gonna tether, need a little bit more power. So we'll tether here to here. And now it's a waiting game, because there's not really that much else I can do short of cutting these panels in half.
Get in while the getting's good. Weaver out.
Why did that tether? Did it just die? Did it reach the end of its lifeline? Lifetime? Let's give it a little bit more help. Okay, that one will probably snap because those pieces are rubbing into each other, but that's okay.
Material accepted.
Ah, good. Okay, the skeleton got into the furnace. So now we'll start moving this processor panel, or this panel, into the processor. Yeah, it's just heavy. Probably what I should have done is set a charge in like get this chunk off, basically have the panels in 2 or 3 pieces rather than moving them in one batch like I'm doing. Whoa, game. Easy. Okay, so now this needs to try to go here. See, I don't think I've got enough time to do all that. Oops. And see, I don't think this is going to work because it's already tethered here. Oh no, good. It's going to snap. Excellent. I want that one to snap. You can't cancel a specific tether. You can only cancel all tethers. Let me repeat that because I probably just had to mute the mic. You can't cancel a single tether. You can only cancel all tethers, which is a bit obnoxious, but so it goes. But that one's on its way, so that's done. And that one's on its way, so I think we're good. So I'm going to do... Yep, there it goes. Okay. So I'm going to do a last second check to make sure I didn't forget anything. We got some lights. Is this a battery pack? Oh, that's worth it. There we go. It's not really worth me grabbing these lights. I just want to get them off my scanner. Yeah, there's a little chunklet over here. It's another light. Oh, that's a food pack. Is that what I sent down there? I thought it turned red. Yeah, it's probably a food pack. Whatever. All right. Well, we've got basically everything. There's a lot of outstanding value left. I'm not sure why. What is this? That must have been something I blew. Trying to see what some of this stuff is. Yeah, that is a $30,000 nanocarbon panel.
Valuable object processed.
Not sure what else. Oh, that thing's really far away. I don't think this is a thing that I need. Yeah, I can't even use my grapple. So something's not quite right here. I can use my grapple this direction. Let's use that to kind of pull ourselves out. Okay, I mean, it's close enough, and it's 1 minute to go, and that's good enough. I didn't think that would take me my entire shift to wrap up, but whatever. All right, we did the job. Leaving a little bit of money on the table, but probably not enough to... 252,000, yeah, I'm not sure what that would be. But we did pretty well. We got 96.7% of the ship. I would definitely call that a win. $7.7 million, 142 license tokens. We're in good shape. Let's see if there's any message. And if not, we're going to call it. And I'm seeing the light is so much brighter behind me because the sun is rising. So we may have to turn off the mood lighting in the next episode. Oh, we've got a message.
Hello, Shipbreaker. You have one incoming transmission waiting.
I sure do.
Rook, you hearing me? What happened out there with Kaito was garbage.
I know, Lou.
Rhodes just constantly doubling down.
I know, Lou.
He's a bully. The only thing worse than corporate suits are middle management jerks who love stepping on everyone else.
I agree.
Just to climb the ranks. Even Weaver's given up. He knows Rhodes can do him in just like the rest of us. It's not right what's happening. And from what I see, none of us are safe. We need to do something. The other stations don't have it much better. This is going down everywhere. I'm not going to stand by and let them kick us around like this anymore. We deserve better. Keep you posted. Lou out.
I feel you, Lou, but what can you do? What can any of us do? Guess we'll find out in the next episode. So that will do it for today. We may or may not have mood lighting for the rest of the next one. Thank you all very much for watching. I will see you again soon for another episode, because I'm going to do another 4-episode recording session because I love this game so much. Bye, everybody.